Hey everyone, welcome to my very late, I guess you could now call it, January, early February opinions, monthly opinions that is, on the Sonic the Hedgehog comic book and franchise. As you can see, this month's cover, if you will, is from the Sonic Sat-AM box set that was released in 2007. Excuse me. Now, the one thing you may notice about this box set, though, is it's still in its original seal. The reason for this, and I've mentioned this many times, when this first came out, I bought multiple copies. The copy I have in the rec room is the one I watch. I bought one for my cousin in Hayward, California. I bought one for my nephew in Modesto. I bought one for my friend Rafaela XD, Rachel Avery, because she originally allowed me to purchase her bootleg VCD copies that she had made from her original recordings from the original airings on ABC, as well as I decided to buy myself an extra copy, just in case, let's say maybe someday I move and I lose the other copy, or to do something that I've been thinking about doing, and I don't know how it's going to be done, but I'm pretty sure they sell frames to do it, and that's frame this sucker. So when you think about it, I purchased one for myself, two for myself, including this one, and the one that I watched, that's two, one for my cousin, one for my nephew, and one for Raphael XD. So when you think about it, two for me, one for my cousin, one for my nephew, and one for her, that's 5 of these I purchased. So, go figure. But here's the reason why. Some of them I got from Borders, some of them I got from Barnes & Noble, some through Amazon and stuff like that. So, anyway, that's what this month's cover is. For the late January, early February monthly opinions on the Sonic the Hedgehog comic book. Now, again, first of all, I want to apologize for my review, which is going to be in multiple parts. My video review of the Sonic the Hedgehog comic book issue 221, because it faded in and faded out a little bit. So I apologize for that. But what are you going to do? It was the manual focus, and I think the battery was getting low or something. I'm not really sure. But anyway, what were my thoughts on the book? Well, overall, like I said, the main story was an 8 out of 10. It was a 10 out of 10, actually. The main story was a 10 out of 10. I love the fact, what I like about this is the fact that when it's a good story. It's a good story. It kind of gives you an idea of what we're going to be led into in the next few issues. But what I liked about it was the fact that was that little confrontation between Ash, Mina, Sonic, and Sally. I liked the fact that they had Mina come out and tell Sally, and I'm a Sally fan. There's no doubt about it. But I like how they had Mina come out and tell Sally, look, you weren't the one here watching a lot of the citizens getting legionized and brainwashed. You weren't the one here watching them being turned into into these grand masters and legionites and all that. You weren't the one here seeing that. I was. You weren't the one going into hiding and always wondering if where you're hiding is going to be turned into a prison. You weren't wondering that. I was. All you were doing, and this was in Mina, and Mina didn't really say it this way. You'll see that in the review, or you've probably seen that in the review. But in Mina's own way, she's saying basically, well, you were, basically she's telling Sally, hey, while you were playing politics, in the East, we were suffering. But what I like about it is when Sally retorts, and she tells Mina, yeah, Nicole was in control, but she had to continue the act. She had to continue the act. She had to continue to. Basically, she's telling Mina, and I like the expression on Mina's face, like it's shock and surprise about what Sally's telling her. Like, look, like Sally's telling her, look, I can understand you're upset. I can understand that you're afraid, history is going to repeat itself. But guess what? The reason Nicole didn't the reason Nicole acted like she was against you was because she had to trick the Iron Queen, because basically she had to trick the Iron Queen into believing she was on her side. Basically I like how Sally was telling me, look, Nicole had to pretend and act like she was still on the Iron Queen's side. Because if she would have went out and saved a lot of people from being legionized day in and day out, the Iron Queen would have caught on to what was going on. Get what I'm saying? That's not what Sally said, but basically if you read what she said in that panel, it's exactly what she was telling her. And I also like how she points out that, yeah, she was in control, and that, like you, she saw the legionization, but she saw it firsthand. And even though Nicole would want, and even though in the way Sally was saying it, she didn't exactly say it this way, but the way she was saying it, the way Ian Flynn wrote her saying it, basically she's telling her, look, yeah, Nicole saw the legionization firsthand, and as much as she would have loved to do something about it, she couldn't, because she would have blown her cover. Now, and again, this interaction is pretty good because, and then at the end she points out to Mina that Nicole was also at a concert. So why would somebody that you fear is going to be corrupted again, is going to lose control again, why would that someone be at your concert? Excuse me. That's the one thing. She's like, why would that person be at your concert if she was going to lose control again? If she was a threat, why would she, be there? So again, I like that interaction there because it makes Mina go, because the reaction Mina had, that Ian wrote for Mina and that they drew in there, the reaction they gave her was like I said, was one of, whoa, I didn't realize that. I didn't realize that was good. And then when they're walking out of the trailer, Mina's got that look like, oh man, maybe I should have thought first. Maybe I should have, thought, did some thinking first, or maybe I should have asked around first, or made sure everything was fine. Honestly, I think what's going to happen is what I think is going to happen with this character Mina is, no, she's not going to be turned into an antagonist. She's not going to be turned into a villain, no matter what people say. What's going to happen is Mina. Now, I'm not saying Ian will write it in this way, but I got a feeling Mina is going to address the public and address Nicole in front of the public and apologize for her actions, for what she has said. And maybe, this is just me, this is just my thought, maybe Ian's going to have a story written up for her to where not only she apologizes, but she also kind of like postpones any like future concert dates or any future album releases until she's done with therapy, kind of like trauma therapy, something like that. Basically, I got a feeling what Ian's going to do is kind of write her off screen maybe, or off comic page, if you will, by having her go into trauma treatment with Dr. Quack. It's just a thought. I mean, just a thought. I'm not saying Ian would do that, but that's how I would look at it. That's how I would look at it. Now, another thing that I want to talk about is next issue. Well, not the next issue, not yet. I'm not going to talk about that yet. But what I want to talk about is Nicole. Now, the backstory, the side story, which is called Second Impressions, the line that stuck out to me, was Dimitri pointing out the fact that pointing out to Nicole that